Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Here's the bathroom. Look up. Ah, here we go. Serious water problems. Oh, we see some mold too. Hey everybody, how's everybody doing? I am your host, Calvin Moore. Thank you for joining me next 20 minutes as we go over everything that's real estate investing. You know, before I begin, a lot of people have been asking me, they say, Cal, why do you continue to recap previous episodes? So I got some good news for you. I'm not going to go over the fact that you need to have passion for real estate. I'm not going to talk about what type of investors are we going to be, probably flippers to begin with before we become landlords and or developers. I'm not going to go over the fact that you can't believe the hype. Don't think that you're going to buy a piece of property for $2,000 and flip it in 45 days and make a ton of money. I'm not going to go over the budget episode. I'm not going to do any of those things. Yo, man, you know you just went over and recapped all the episodes, don't you? So what I am going to do, I'm going to allow us to finish watching the previous episode where we looked over that two-family house. We'll finish walking through that property. Then we're going to crunch some numbers, see if it makes sense, and then hopefully put in an offer on that property. So stay tuned and let's get started with everything real estate investing. Yup, serious water problems. This looks like it might be water behind the walls causing that mold. Oh yeah, this is going to need obviously a whole new bathroom, a gut rehab, and find out where that water's coming from. Coming to a bedroom. Okay. All right. Nice sized bedroom. Closet right there. We don't have to go into the closet. Less things we have to touch, the better. Especially with a house like this. All right. Second bedroom. Okay. Again, people have been taking out all this stuff. Nice little treasure hunt when you buy these homes and you got to throw away all this stuff. Sometimes you find stuff that you might want to keep, put on eBay. Who knows? Okay. And here we go up the steps to the second floor apartment. Okay, so as soon as you come through that door there and come up the steps, it opens up right into the apartment. Nice bright apartment on the second floor. Have a closet right here at the top of the steps, at the top of the landing. Again, they didn't take out any of their stuff. Looking up at the ceilings, a different type of ceiling up here. Kind of a different type of layout, but basically the same. We got the living room. Sunroom. Pretty bright. Look up at the ceilings. Check out the room. Okay, well, as you can see, they have both steam heat for the radiators as well as baseboard heat. Okay. Just like downstairs. Living room opening up into the dining room. Nice chandelier. Same type of furniture. So it's probably a family living here, taking up both the first floor apartment and the second floor apartment. Again, a nice big kitchen. No island in this one. All right. Table over there. Again, going into the back room. Let's see how this bathroom looks. Yeah. Yeah. Whoa. Yep. Look at that. Look at that. All that's mold has to come down. Probably leaking from the roof. Unless there's a bathroom above here, which there might be. But leaking above the roof. Look at this one. In the first bedroom here. That's mold all on that back wall. So water is getting behind the wall, probably coming from the roof, running behind the wall and causing mold behind the wall. So all this has to be gutted. Everything has to be taken out of this room. Nobody wants to rent an apartment where you have mold like that. Here we go into the second bedroom. Ceilings, walls. And this is all plaster in here, not sheetrock. This apartment does have a bonus room. Right up these stairs. So whereas downstairs was a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, this apartment is a large duplex, 3-bedroom, 2-bath apartment. So we definitely have to run the numbers on this to see if it is a good investment. Every house we look at, we have to run the numbers, because no matter how nice the house may be, if the numbers don't work, then it just doesn't work. So we do have a bathroom upstairs here on the third floor. So we might have a problem with the water coming from this bathroom leaking down stairs into the second floor bathroom, going downstairs into the first floor as well. But as you can see here, we do have some leakage there, and that's the roof above us here. So it might be a combination of both the roof and something in this bathroom that's leaking. So these are just some of the things we have to do when we walk through a property. Now we'll go downstairs into the basement. Okay, I guess we're going to go downstairs to the basement, see what the basement looks like. Very important that you always see the basement, because that's where you're going to find, your problems. Look at that. That's nothing but mold. And I don't even have a mask on. Oh man, the remediation alone in this house is going to cost some cash. All right. Try to have a game room down here. Mold all on these ceilings. So I'm wondering if it's coming in from the floor, or it could be coming through the roof down through the... Oh, here we go, more mold down here. Newer furnace, water heater, and I believe there's a furnace back there, but I'm not going in there. New pipes. Yeah. All right. Well, I've seen enough for right now. Let's get out of here with all these mold spores. Okay, so again, here's the house. We just did a walkthrough. We know it's going to need a new roof. And the part of the roof that's bad is in the back on the left-hand side. Have a garage, nice long driveway, new windows, so we don't have to worry about that. But it would seem as though our problem, when we look at it, is right there. Those two windows, let me see if we can zoom in on them. right there. These two windows right here on this side of the house, that's where we have the problem. And since this is a bigger house, might be a nice little amount. Off the top of my head, probably at least 10. That's 10,000. Especially if you're going to do it right. I probably could do it for cheaper. Yeah, but it's going to be at least 10. Also, what you also want to see when you're outside with a house are these air conditioning units. Now, there's two air conditioning units right there, so obviously the house does not have HVAC. And that's something that most people really like to see when they're about to buy a home. They don't want old air conditioning units. They want an HVAC system with a thermostat and your heat and your air conditioning is all in one system. So that's something we're going to have to definitely think about. Okay, so here I am in the truck after just walking through that last property, two-family, multi-family house, in a very good section of town, in a very good part of New Jersey. School system, very good. Neighborhood, very good. It's a section of New Jersey that people really want to, basically move to. It's basically a bedroom community. And so the house is really, really nice. I really, really like it. What we're going to do is go back, crunch the numbers again, and see if it makes sense. But this one, I think it could definitely make sense. Okay, so let's crunch some numbers. Okay, so here's the rehab budget for that property. Let's go over it really quick. We're not going to need an architect, so we don't have to worry about that. Permits are going to run us like around $1,750. We're definitely going to need to get some insurance at $2,750. The roof and the framing, I'm thinking around $9,000 for the entire job for the roof. And then we add $600 for the fascia, soffits, and gutters. That's outside, obviously. Don't really have to worry about paint and vinyl siding all that much. Exterior foundation. Now, remember downstairs in the basement when we saw all that water? We might have a problem with the exterior foundation. So why don't we do this? Why don't we just put a question mark there? But if worst case scenario comes up, we might have to spend as much as $5,000 for the exterior foundation in order to keep the water from leaking in and creating all that mold. Masonry, we have like around $1,000 worth of masonry. If you go back to the videos, you'll see the front steps. Driveway, give me another $1,000 to put new blacktop down, make it look nice. Garage, small little stuff, $350. Demolition and garbage, $7,500. That's going to be expensive because of the mold remediation. $18,500 I'm estimating for mold remediation. Because what you need to do is to get out all that nasty sheetrock as well. So there's going to be a considerable amount of demo in order to stop or find out where the water is coming from and get rid of the mold. Pest control, we saw it around $1,500, and then the miscellaneous $4,000. Miscellaneous of $4,000 in the exterior foundation, they could be the same. Now let's go over the internals. Now when we start to talk about the internal portion of the rehab budget, really don't have anything to do that much with the electrical. Plumbing might run us. We might spend, let's write that in right now, we might spend as much as $4,000 for the plumbing because of that third floor bathroom that looks to be leaking into the second and first floor bathrooms. So let's put $4,000 there. Furnace and oil tank, They look new. We don't have to worry about that. Water heater look new. If we want to add an HVAC system to both floors, I'm thinking around $8,000 for the system. Windows, nil. Walls and sheetrock, $7,500 to replace all that moldy sheetrock that we're taking out. Ceilings, another $750 because some of those ceilings look to be moldy as well in both the bedrooms and the bathrooms. Kitchen, not that bad, $1,500. Bathroom, we're definitely going to need a new bathroom in the second floor. New appliances, vanities on the first. Third floor looked pretty nice because there wasn't really all that much water damage up there. Bedrooms, $1,000. Basement, $2,500. Now, I'm only saying $2,500 because we're spending so much on the mold remediation, and a lot of it is downstairs in the basement. So those two numbers are basically the same. And then another miscellaneous for the internal portion of the rehab budget coming in at $4,000. See if I can get that nicely. There we go. Okay, so now that we basically got our rehab budget numbers, our preliminary numbers together, what we're going to do is add everything up and see how much we're going to probably put into this property if we choose to purchase it. Okay, so here we go. We have a total of our preliminary costs coming in at $4,500. Our external costs, when we add them all up, $48,450. Now, I know a lot of you are going to ask, shouldn't the mold remediation be over here on the internal section? And your answer is, yes, it should. But when I was putting everything together, this is just how the computer spat it out. So mold remediation is on the wrong side of the ledger. But let's just add everything up. So we have $48,450 for the external, and then for the internal, once we add everything up, $33,750. So our total investment in order to get the property together is $48,450 plus the $33,750 plus the $4,500, $86,700. So now it's time to check out and calculate ROI, return on investment, and count the cash. Okay, before we actually figure out return on investment, what we need to do is to basically understand how much the property is worth. So I'm going to show you how we're going to calculate that. And again, you have to remember that is a two-family, multi-unit property. You like that? That Spike Lee special effect? So that's actually a two-family multi-unit property. So we figuring out how much it's worth is a little different than just going on to Zillow and seeing what they say it's worth. So I'm going to show you how we figure that out and then add that cost to what we are going to invest in the property. That's that rehab budget number of the $86,700. So when estimating the value of an apartment building, anything two-family and larger, and I don't care if you're doing it for a 100-unit apartment building, first we have to understand what the rent roll is, or what rents are we getting from the property. With this particular house, we know that rent one could come in at $1,750 a month for a two-bedroom, one-bath house in a highly wanted neighborhood. Rent two coming at $2,450 a month because it is a duplex with 3 bedrooms and 2 baths, meaning that our total rent roll per month is $4,200. Now what we need to do is to multiply that $4,200 by 12 in order to find out what our yearly rent roll is. And when you do that, it comes out to $50,400. Let me show you what we do with that number. What we need to do is to multiply that $50,400 that we get per year in rent times our market cap number. Let's go over real quick what a market cap number is. Oh, there it is. Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Ding, ding, ding. That's our 20 minutes. It is up. Actually, we're over by a couple of seconds. Thank you for joining me for this past episode of Everything Investing, where we start to go over market cap and going into a market cap analysis. Please join me here next week. I'm going to try to have this thing posted by Friday, 9 p.m. for the next part of our series. But until then, you know what I'm going to do. I am going to wish you happy real estate investing.